A day after the Brits voted to leave the EU, many who voted questioned their decision. But for the Caribbean and especially CARICOM countries, the impact is still being evaluated. Doctor of Political Science Wendy Grenade says CARICOM countries should use the Brexit effects as a motivation to strengthen their collective resolution.
To its own regionalism. In other words, what are some of the implications of Brexit for Caribbean integration? I will touch on a few. First, the symbolism of Brexit for other regional movements. We know that the European Union is the oldest and most advanced regional integration scheme in the world. And while Britain has always had a complicated insider-outsider relationship with the EU, Brexit represents a spillback effect. This is a psychological blow, not only for the EU, but for other regional integration movements that seek to glean insights from the European experience for their own regional schemes. I have often argued that CARICOM must not mimic the EU, even as useful lessons must be learned from the European experience. Ironically, a moment of reversal within a relatively powerful regional bloc, though a threat, must also be viewed as an incentive for CARICOM, the African Union, and other relatively weaker regional movements to strengthen their collective resolve.
Ambassador Dr. Patrick Antoine, an economist and international trade advisor, says CARICOM countries will be affected by trade and marketing.
3, that even in what was recognized as a key market, the United Kingdom, there are real issues for service suppliers which makes it difficult for them to access the benefits of the agreement. For instance, due to, among other things, the need for sponsorship requirements and stringent eligibility requirements. On the good side, the agreement doesn't give us much joy thus far in terms of where we are as an overall European Union in relation to CARIFORUM's exports and CARICOM's exports inside of that to the European Union. 1, the EPA effect on goods trade have been fairly limited. 2, the sectors that have performed well are actually the sectors, Pam mentioned one, bananas, sugar, fruit and vegetables, cocoa, rice, frozen shrimp, citrus and rum. This is important because when we come to talk about how we extend what exists in the context of the EPA, in an engagement with the UK, you begin to see some challenges along the lines that we heard from ex-Prime Minister in relation to what options can the UK extend to other developing countries as it seeks to lock in these arrangements for Caribbean countries. And as he pointed out, the competitive pressure it puts us under vis-a-vis other producers that are more competitive, because we are talking about essentially these tropical goods. Those are the ones that have performed even in the context of an underperforming EPA.
And the discussions will continue, with each country analyzing trade options and best relations going forward. For GBN News, I am Miguel Payne.